Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. And now, let's start with the first story. It's called Shouldn't Micromanage Me. I'm a trucker and did a short load between my delivery on the prior load and pick up on the next. So dispatch finds me a short load for a little money. Most of the time, when a broker has you install a tracking app on your phone, you call and confirm you're on the load. Verify pickup, then they leave you alone. Not this one. They want me to let them know when I get to the shipper. Let them know when I check in. Let them know when I'm in a door. Send them pictures of the freight, the paperwork, the reefer unit temperature, and the seal on the trailer. Okay, feels a bit micromanagey, but fine, whatever. This load is 6 pallets of onions. Not high value, not delicate, just onions. Appointment is 3 hours away the next morning, so not tight on time at all. When you are going to Portland, there's not a lot of parking options. And there are a number of pull-offs and very wide shoulders on ramps. I parked on one of those yesterday, at a place where there's access to trails and the river. My dogs and I get a hike in, and the dogs swim. This spot is an hour from the receiver, and my appointment is at 6 AM. These jerks woke me up at 2:30 AM this morning. We see you are parked on the roadside. Can you send us an update? Oh yes, I will send you updates. So I sent them pictures of me putting on my shoes, pictures of my dog's business, pictures of me making coffee, feeding the dogs, the equipment pre-trip, pouring my coffee into my mugs, my breakfast, the GPS showing where I'm going, my truck ready to go with the headlights on, the building where I'm delivering, the bathroom at the receiver, me checking in at the receiver, the door I'm going to back into, me taking the lock off the trailer, breaking the seal, opening the doors, and finally backed into the dock. You want updates? I will give you all the updates. You micromanage me? I will malicious compliance you. The next story is called Free Ranch on IT. I've taught Autodesk products to students in the same school for 17 years. This year, I've had enough of the terrible micromanagement and administration, so I've taken a job elsewhere. Since the Autodesk products are tied to my Autodesk education account, I followed the license rule to the letter. If I am not employed there, the software cannot be used. So I have entered an imaging ticket for the summer. This means the machines will be completely wiped clean of any installed software. Although the license is good for another 2 years. It would be tied to me, and I will no longer be an employee, since our terrible IT department refuses to touch Autodesk with a 10-foot pole, and it has fallen on me to install the software for my students. I wonder who they will dump this task on next year. That's right, instead of creating a deployment package, I have been expected to install it on every single machine, as a standalone license. I did not get paid extra for this. It was just expected work to make my lab functional. Good luck whoever takes over. The kids are great. The admin, IT and district management are the opposite. In my new district, IT actually has a brain and deploys the software, without requiring a teacher to work for free for 3 days to prep the lab. The third story is called Review Every Single One. I worked in recruitment for 9 years, and a few years back I had a new client, hiring manager, and she didn't like abiding by the rules set up for the recruitment team. For one thing, we review the applicants, interview the best qualified candidates, and then submitted them to the hiring manager for consideration. Well, this hiring manager couldn't understand why we only sent over 3 candidates in a week. Honestly, she's lucky, as some positions did not garner that many applicants. I explained that we submit 3 candidates for every one position available, This ensures that the hiring manager's time was considered when scheduling next step interviews. This wasn't just a standard I said, it was approved by her company's TA bosses, and frankly was standard at another place I used to work as well. But she insisted, "That is absurd. I want to review all of the candidates, so I can tell you whom to pre-screen, and then you schedule the interview with me, based on my availability. But ma'am, you have almost 100 applicants that met your minimum qualifications. I don't think you really want to devote that much time to reviewing all of these resumes. And honestly, some of them were not great. Are you not listening? Send them all over to me and I'll take care of it." "Yes, ma'am. You got it. I'll send those over right away." I wrote an email to the hiring manager immediately after the call, restating the topics discussed by phone, and asked, again, if she was certain she wanted all of the candidates sent to her. She confirmed. I complied and forwarded to my boss with an explanation that she will take care of reviewing all applicants, and my numbers were going to be skewed for the month. I did as requested, selecting nearly 100 candidates in the system and moved them to the hiring manager review. Now, what this did was send individual emails for each candidate as an update to the hiring manager, and it would ping her email every 3 days that they weren't reviewed. I smirked, knowing what was about to happen, and my rear was going to get chewed out in about a week. But it felt really good, because I knew I was right. 2 days later, my boss calls and says he got an irritating phone call from this hiring manager, who said she never requested this, to which they responded with the information detailed in my email. She was speechless. He let her know that I would go back into the system and back up the candidate process, so it would be taken out of her to-do list, and I would continue to send over candidates that were the best fit for the role, as described in our processes. I never received pushback from that hiring manager ever again. The last story is called Final Prices. I'm a broke 20-something, so I like to go get groceries at the cheapest places I can, one of which is a supermarket that's fairly small, but has some high quality fruits, veggies and meat for a very affordable price. Still, even if it's affordable, there are cheaper cuts of meat and more expensive cuts. I always go for chicken thighs, which aren't the cheapest, but I refuse to make curry with the cheapest cut of chicken, which is the drumstick. Today I went in as per usual and asked for 4 kilos of chicken thighs. With how they cost roughly €5 per kilogram, I expect the price to be €20. The price ends up being half that, and I'm confused as I look at the little sticker on the back. The butcher had made a mistake, and the price had been calculated as if I had bought drumsticks. I try and tell the butcher, and the conversation goes as follows. "Excuse me, I think the price is wrong." "What?" "The price of these is wrong, because all prices are final." "I know, but listen, the price is already fairly cheap, and if you have a problem with it, you can just give those back." I was not liking the fact that the butcher cut me off, so I said, "Fine, have a lovely day." I went to the checkout line and paid half what I should have paid for my chicken. It's probably not going to change anything for the supermarket or the butcher, but I gladly take the 50% off. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.